Hey guys, welcome back. Today I thought I would bring back my Netflix recommendations because you guys seem to really like them. And let's face it, sometimes you just need a nudge in the right direction when you're just sitting in front of your TV and you just don't know what to pick. So for today's Netflix picks, I'm going to recommend for you 5 series that are available on US Netflix and 1 honorary mention. I personally would call these underrated Netflix series because I don't hear a lot of people talking about them, even though I know they have great commercial and critical success. They're not necessarily obscure, they're just probably the series you've seen around there in your suggestion boxes, but you haven't gotten around to watching them. So without any further ado, I'm here to tell you about the Netflix series I think you should get on watching right now. For my first choice, I'm going to go with an animated series that I've always heard great things about, but I was always a little hesitant to watch, and when I finally did, I can't believe it took me so long, and that is Bob's Burgers. Even though Bob's Burgers has won a couple of Emmy Awards, I still feel like it's in that subcategory of cult animation series. The humor is very awkward, the dynamic is really strange, and even though it's like a cartoon family series, it's nothing like Family Guy or The Simpsons. Bob's Burger is about this guy who's very passionate about making burgers. He owns a burger shop somewhere in the northeast coast, and he runs it with his wife and his kids working as waiters. It sort of deals with Bob's constant struggle to make rent, to get enough customers, to go on and just live his passion of making great food, and his kids always messing it up and his wife always breaking into these awkward songs. I'm telling you, it's strange, but it's so worth it. For me, it was like instant love with these characters, especially the kids. I mean, the Belcher kids are just everything I want in my children whenever I have children. I feel like The Simpsons and Family Guy are very much parodies and they just make a lot of satire jokes about a lot of pop culture things, whereas Bob's Burgers is about the weirdness of this family, yet how they all have each other's backs, and you actually learn a couple of really great things with it while laughing quite a lot throughout the entire series. Not to mention that you're really gonna want a burger after every episode you see. Trust me. For my next choice, I'm going for a BBC detective series, and that is Luther. I will admit I am partially biased by this choice because Idris Elba is just... there are no words. Second, it's one of the best detective police series I've seen in quite a while. It's BBC, so every series is quite short, I think maybe about 4 episodes each. But it tells the story of this detective John Luther, his anger issues, and sometimes the trouble he has defining the line between right and wrong in the eyes of the law. He always tries to follow his moral compass, and that does not always match with whatever legal procedures he should be following. There's so many layers to this character. He's so troubled, yet he wants to do well by everybody. I know a lot of you have this on your to-watch list, so I'm telling you, whatever you're watching, just start this one, give it a try. The first 10 minutes, I think, will definitely hook you in. My number 3 is a Netflix original series. It started about a year ago, and that is Grace and Frankie. The first time I saw this series, I was just absolutely in love with it. What caught my attention is that it stars Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda, who are best friends in real life. So Grace and Frankie is about these 2 couples that have known each other for over 20 years. The men have been partners in a law firm for a really long time, so the ladies know each other but don't necessarily like each other. So on one night, the men ask their wives to meet them at their favorite restaurant where they're going to break some very interesting news. So it turns out the men are not only partners in law, they are partners in life. They have been lovers for more than 10 years, and not only that, they are of course divorcing their wives and they're gonna get married. So the ladies have to deal with this information all in one go. There's a lot of heavy drugs and tantrums that occur, and then they kind of have to figure out how to suddenly be single, reconstruct their lives at the age of 70, and possibly becoming really good friends in the process. It's so lighthearted. Lily Tomlin is just comedy genius in this, but at the same time it deals with a lot of issues that I think are very relevant, like older people dating and trying to find a mate, or accepting who you are after so many years of just trying to suppress that, and also just how amazing it can be to have girlfriends in your life no matter at what age, no matter what you're going through. It's always a great time to start over, to find out who you are, and just not be afraid of it. Out of all of these, I think you will definitely get a laugh out of this one. It's sort of sad but funny at the same time, and if you really like it, you're in luck because the 2nd season starts in May, so perfect time to start it. I think this one is definitely one of my favorite ones. My next choice is actually a Spanish series, and that one is called The Grand Hotel. So the story is set in Spain in this amazing hotel owned by a very wealthy family. There's a lot of different stories going on, but it basically shows the dynamic between the higher class and the servants of the hotel and how they interact and how some of them know secrets about the wealthy family that they shouldn't, and that might cost them some problems, even their lives. If you like Downton Abbey, I feel like this is a very similar dynamic between, higher classes and lower classes. The cinematography is beautiful. The hotel is just incredible. The dresses, the production, it's wonderful. I feel like sometimes period series could be kind of cheesy, but this one is not. I feel it's very authentic, and the characters, male and female, are wonderfully written. They're complex and sweet and kind, and some have some very dark secrets that just will keep you watching every episode until there's no more. If you're a Spanish-speaking native, I highly recommend it. Even if you're not, I think you will absolutely love this series. There are 3 seasons. The series is over by now, so you don't have any catch up to do. You can just watch it whenever you want. It's highly romantic. It's wonderfully adventurous. I can't say enough about it. Just go watch it. Now, I did say I was going to have an honorary mention. This one is called Top of the Lake, and it stars Elizabeth Moss. You might know her from Mad Men. And it's set in a small town in New Zealand where this young girl, 12 years old, I believe, is found trying to drown herself in the lake, in the freezing water. So when they're caught in this difficult dilemma, they call this detective who specializes in sexual abuse. The girl is actually pregnant. Nobody knows why. She won't tell the detective, and so the detective, played by Elizabeth Moss, is now caught up in this entire case. She doesn't want to leave it alone, but it might bring up some past demons for her. This was her hometown as a child, and she knows how the people are, and she knows how terrible it can be to live here and the secrets that people might be hiding. It's really good. The cinematography is just breathtaking. I mean, it's New Zealand, and it has such a dark, gray undertone to it. I think it's worth it. It's a mini series. There's only 1 season. I hear that they're coming up with a season 2, but even so, I think it's a pretty condensed, concise story that you will enjoy watching, and yeah, Elizabeth Moss just kills it. Now for my top choice, I don't think I can say enough about this series. I don't think I can even explain it properly, but I'm just going to give it a shot. My number 1 series on Netflix is Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders is that series that everybody has told me to watch. No one has given me a bad critique about it, and I don't know, I never got around to it. I finally did, and it's just easily the best series I've seen probably in my entire life. The series is set in the United Kingdom right after the First World War. The boys have come back from the war. They're of course very traumatized. They're trying to get their life back together in their hometown of Birmingham. And the Shelby brothers have made quite a name of themselves by doing some not very legal businesses. Everybody knows who they are, everybody respects and fears them, and the gang that they have is called Peaky Blinders. There's 3 brothers, and the one leading the gang is the middle brother, played by Cillian Murphy. I hope I'm saying his name right. But of course you can't make it to the top with some difficulties in the way, such as the Communist Party or the IRA, and when you get a detective coming in from London that wants to exterminate both and ruin your business, well, all hell breaks loose, really. The dialogue is just so charged with hostility and energy. You get to know these characters and their past through conversations, not by some kind of clunky exposition. And the character of Thomas Shelby is so badass. Like, he can talk his way out of anything. He's always serious. He has such a presence, this actor, when he's on screen. You just have to pay attention, and there's like this quiet, unnerving threat that he carries with him wherever he goes. On top of that, the production is amazing, the cinematography, the style of it, it blows my mind. Every little detail that you find goes to show how an incredibly sophisticated story and series this is. The balance of female characters and male characters, and the part that they take in the story. It might be a little bit hard to follow in the beginning. There's a lot of sort of historical background that they slowly explain, and there's just a lot going on in the very first episode. But I think it's very interesting from the get-go. You will not be sorry to keep watching, and I can't wait for season 3 because they ended it so well in season 2, and I just need it right now. I hear that they're in post-production. It should be out sometime this year, so definitely start watching it because you're going to want to watch season 3, I'm telling you. So guys, those are all my recommendations for you for series over this month. Tell me, are there any series that you think don't get enough praise or don't get enough mention? Leave them in the comment section down below. I'm definitely looking for a new series to watch. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You know that it's always appreciated, and subscribe to my channel for more of this kind of stuff, movie reviews, and yeah, all kinds kinds of shenanigans, really. I hope you have a very good week. I hope you have a very good month, and I will see you on our next movie date. Bye!